Hello everybody and welcome back to artofdino.com and saveearth.us, and I have got a collection of beauty and mind-boggling imagery today that is created using Adobe Firefly and the generative expand feature, which is pretty new, but I've been testing it out and I saved a bunch because I really like them. So I want to show you kind of the process, and then if you have this, I encourage you to test it out because it is fun. So this was an old image that I tried, so you can see the image that originally starts as the one in the middle. So now watch, it'll change. See, the sides will change. And that was kind of one of my first test rounds of Expand to see how it did with old engravings. Then I went to old photos, and I forgot to include the original in this video, but you can see the very middle narrow section is the original photo. And so this was one of the original images from the Bing AI image creator, which is much better than Adobe's. And then that's Adobe expanding it a little tiny bit. But I go even further and do a lot of different experimentations that you guys are going to see. I also immediately tested this feature out on my own art to see what would happen, and the results were kind of inspiring in the fact that they came out like absolute crap for pretty much everything. Like, you can clearly see the difference, and no matter what the prompt is, it never really gets my style, which I like. And I thought I was alone, but I tried that with some other artists as well, and it doesn't really get their style either. So it's kind of interesting. I wonder if it has to have its your ideas or your mind in its computer memory or whatever. But see, they look really sloppy and kind of useless, and the detail, if you zoom in on it, looks like absolute garbage. So again, another more reason for me to never stop creating my own art. So this is one where this was the starting point, again, from Bing. I think I actually might have expanded it, and then I expanded it even more to make it a widescreen panorama, and then you expanded it even more and made this whole kind of scene, and it's really just nice. I really think they're beautiful. They're incredible panoramic shots, and the expansive stuff is sometimes a little off, but sometimes really cool. So all the images you're going to see have the main image pretty much in the center, the main image that I would get from using Bing Image Creator with the DALL-E 3 technology, which is just incredible. And then around it is the expansive with AI. I wish Bing could do the AI expansive, but it doesn't yet. So, and then this one, I framed it a little bit to the right, so that main detailed section is the original. You can see right here, boom, all the other stuff will change around it, because I tried a lot of examples to see what fit, to see what mood is right. And feel free to screenshot any of these and use it. Anything that I do with AI, I don't care about. Again, I mean, it's obviously, I'd never be like, oh, someone used my AI art. It's pathetic. I just really want to put these things out and make a collection of my own that I can use and get inspired by. This one is really cool. Look at the expanse of this. But I love getting into kind of seeing how AI thinks, because really a lot of times you don't even type a prompt. You just expand the view. So the computer has to go in and observe the imagery and then kind of take back from it. So this one, again, was amazing. In the central part, that central square is where the image started. You can see everything around it kind of changes. But just, again, different glimpses into the world and of the world of imagination, and just really cool imagery that, you know, may exist somewhere beyond the realm, because so much does, and there's no telling what is there. And AI loves to curve the earth. No matter how much you tell it to make it a straight flat plane, it rarely does. But again, look at this, beautiful, absolutely beautiful stuff. And I don't consider this evil at all when you're just experimenting with the beauty that it can kind of produce. And AI is different via Bing and Adobe. It's probably why Adobe's isn't that great, but look at the detail. That's incredible and just beautiful. Again, vast, amazing landscapes of pure imagination and ancient wonder. But Adobe, I guess, apparently my friend told me, takes a lot of its imagery from stock imagery that Adobe owns and has licensed, whereas Bing just takes from everything on the internet and everything that's out there. So its sources a lot wider and allows it to create some much better things. But the expansive Adobe and the smoothness of Adobe technology is always what I really love, because it's just so pleasant and so fun. And although it's not the best detail, and a lot of times you have to do repeat and more and more and more until you find what you really like, it's worth it overall in the long run, because just, again, these are just amazing images that just make you think. They spark the imagination. It's like having a master artist at your disposal, like with the click of a button, to be able to see a master artwork of the imagination is really how I view these things, because I know, to me, this isn't bad. This stuff is like, every time I look at a new one, every time it refreshes and I have a new series of things to look at, I'm like, wow, again, enhancing imagination. And so there's good elements of it, whereas we can escape and try to forget about the evil aspects of it that are out there. I'm just doing purely creative art, imagination, ideas, and whatnot. So again, and you go with them too. Like this one, like I don't know what that is, but again, it looks cool. It looks really cool. I love it. And these, they had the hand from the last image. You can see that hand changes, so it's cool to see how they insert statures in there that still relate to that hand that was in the original image. Again, just examining all around the process of this and observing its beauty. I mean, you can really, it's just immaculate stuff, and it makes you think, it makes you wonder, and especially with Bing, if it has access to a lot of different things, what can we potentially tap into artistically that would maybe let it release something that it normally wouldn't, or maybe that's from a part that we don't really know about. And it gets really silly too. Like this one, I have a bunch of animals using the White House as a piñata, because that's really would be a better use for it, to be honest, than what is currently being used as. But so it does all different kinds of things. This is probably the only kind of silly one out there. The rest are all usually pretty intense prompts. I wish I could remember some of them, but this one in particular was kind of a giant mushroom beyond the realms in the North Pole region, exhibiting or exuding just interstellar ethereal spores that spread all over the world and whatnot. So I'll try to remember some of the prompts if I can, because I always put out prompts and then I tweak them and just ideas that just pluck from my imagination. I love doing this because I can think of rapid fire a million ideas, and every day, pretty much, for the past year, I've come up with I've produced about 90 of these based on my unique ideas, and I just save them and save them and save them. So I've got a massive collection brewing. This is only a small ones, and these are the ones that were used just to enlarge, because I love experimenting with this. Again, and then this one, boom, ideas that you could normally would take a long time to represent, like views outside the firmament, angels painting the firmament in a view from outside it and beyond our realm. Different things. Someone actually, one of the commenters was talking about the aurora the other day, and he was telling me about, the idea that they mentioned that was very imaginative was watercolor, like paintings falling down and dripping down the outside of the firmament. So I went right to this and did it, and materialized it, and it looks awesome. And if I were to draw that, I'd be like, okay, I'll see you in like 5 months while I draw this image. And again, as a result of that, I can get a quick image here that satisfies me and satisfies my needs, and then I can go on to the ideas that are more mine, that nobody can touch, which is what's coming up very soon, so stay tuned. This is kind of a beautiful one for the couples out there, a tropical couple experiencing tropical paradise bliss by themselves with the animal world, flowers in bloom, everything. And I always add at the end, in a photorealistic style, or in a hyper photorealistic style, or in a surreal photorealistic style. But I recommend adding that to the end of everything, because it'll just give you an image that's just almost looks like you took a picture straight from your imagination or from a dream, which is, again, they're both connected, I think. And so maybe AI is acting upon our subconscious. Maybe there's a whole nother thing that it's tapping into that we don't even know yet. But either way, this stuff triggers the imagination and inspires me to no end. I feel like this, I recently discovered Posca art markers, and I've heard about them for a long time, but I recently got really into them, and this is just another tool for making my art better and enhancing the time and the productivity levels. And so although I like doing this, and I do it when I'm around a computer, when I'm not, I am drawing physically. You bet your buns I am, because I love it. I can't help it. And again, these just charge my imagination that enhances my true drawing and creative abilities. And I love it. I really, really love it. I feel like there's new artists, new movies that I'm being exposed to all the time, and you can do different things in the style of someone. You can get ideas. You can share them. They're perfect for posts, perfect for videos and coloring videos and making them like kind of enabling someone like me who's just by myself in my creative processes. My wife does some stuff too, but not really with the videos so much. So it's really just me. And these things add a lot to the views and to the imagery and to the thoughts and the stories, and they're really easy to do, and it's just it's a great thing. I really enjoy it. I love art no matter who it's by, and this is kind of like art from a mysterious being and mysterious essence, which is both good and bad. I think that past vision was Eden, and then this one is kind of like a universal being, a divine kind of thing in some fantastical, ridiculously surreal world. So it's a blend of, imagination and more realistic, and some of the realistic ones it puts out there are very excellent as well. They love the globe earth, they love tossing that in there, so you're never going to be able to escape the full propaganda of the controllers that they've just embedded in everything that we get to use, but still, you can make it, it's a good way to, again, use it to spread the word, which is another thing, too. You're using it for memes. Instead of drawing political cartoons, which can either hit or miss and kind of be a waste of time if they miss, this is a good way to just type in a couple things and make something out there that can spread and can go far and gives an impact, hits people, makes people think, because although they've forbidden a lot of subjects, there's still ways around everything. There's always a way around it to just describe things as simple as possible, and you can make it produce things that it's not supposed to. But look at this, portals, incredible, to other dimensions, fantasies beyond comprehension, giant animals, giant fruits. And every time, again, I love to use this too for whenever I'm looking at someone's video or I get inspired by something from the ancient times, or I'm like, how is that possible? Or like I read a story, I'm just like, look at that, beautiful. But then it makes me go to the AI and be like, type something in, type the idea in, and then I get to visualize it. You get like an image that goes with your thoughts really quick, in reality, a tangible vision, and instantaneously. So again, I can't find the wrong here, because it has enhanced my productivity, it's enhanced my imagination, and it's given me a collection of about 5,000 artworks that I would have never seen otherwise, and that would have taken another 100 years for artists to produce, if ever. So, it's a great tech. I hope you all enjoy it, and definitely try the Expansive tech if you have the Adobe.com, if you've signed up for that, because it is a very cool thing. You can do so much, and if you're a teacher especially, it's absolutely amazing the amount of stuff you can do and how much Adobe helps me with my teaching and the ability to interact with students on levels that they never would have really been able to before. Because again, I work with a lot of autistic students, with all autistic students, and this technology is perfect for them. You can show them so much. It gives them almost the same ability as everyone, which I think is really nice, because they can create something that is really beautiful, and then they can learn from it, they can get inspired by it. You can teach them about all different kinds of art styles. It's just awesome. Either way, if you can't tell, I am loving this little renaissance of AI style art, because I just really, again, find it super beautiful and super pleasant to see. And I've said it probably a billion times in this because I am rambling, but I hope you enjoy this. I hope you get inspired. And again, feel free to use some of that imagery of your own. Who cares? Just take it, use it. I don't care. But when it comes to my art, then I might need you guys to support it. But either way, stay tuned, because I have some amazing hand-drawn artworks coming out. I just wanted to put these out and get these out of the way before, so that I can drop some music, drop some art, and it can be the main focus coming up in the next month or so, next couple weeks. So stay tuned, everybody. Enjoy, get creative, be beautiful, stay perfect, and bless you all.